Now, our first guest is the lead singer of one of Britain's most enduring and successful groups, UB40. Having notched up 60 million record sales, he's taken a break from his bandmates to release a second solo album on which he duets with the likes of Lamar, Mick Hucknall and Beverly Knight, and has a new single, Hold Me Tight, that's out now.
Let's let bygones be bygones. Let's think about tomorrow, girl. Our future's bright. I know I was wrong, but I was just a fool, too blind to see. You are the only girl for me. But now I see the light. Everything's gonna be alright. Baby.
Please welcome Ali Campbell.
How are you doing? Hello? 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 Hello, Mum.
Are you a swearer?
Yeah. I swear like a trooper, same way.
Do you? How do you feel about ladies who swear?
It's okay in bed, I think.
Clean, then.
I think that's the only place that women should swear, really.
This came from a survey saying that young teenage girls are getting worse with their language, with foul language, than boys. You've got 8 kids.
Yeah.
How many of each?
I've got 3 girls and 5 boys.
And what would you say? Is this survey right on? Are the girls a bit more of a handful than the boys?
I think it's getting that way, you know.
Is
I
it?
think with violence and with cruelty to animals and things, girls are doing it the same as boys now, you know.
What's the age range of your kids then now?
26 to 5.
Wow!
Full range, like United Colours of any time.
Oh, my God.
You could bottle yours and sell it, look, couldn't you? Wow, that's amazing! Yeah, 26 years old, I mean, that's about as long as your band's been going, isn't it? UB40's 26
Yeah, if you
years?
look at all the kids in the band, you can tell they're from the tours, you know. You're from the American tour and you're from the, you know... Yeah.
But you've done an album every year for the last 26 years, haven't you? Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, yeah, we haven't sort of split up and come back together again like a lot of bands do, you know, and celebrate their 25th or whatever.
But you are still together. I mean, you've done a solo album, but you're still with UB40, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we're still here because we all knew each other before the band anyway, you know, and after the band we all know each other.
When you're all on the dole.
Yeah, again. Yeah, when we're all back on the dole,
Not yet.
Is it strange to not be with the band? This is your second solo album, so it's not the first time you've tried it. But is that the reason you brought in guest artists? Because you don't sort of want to be standing there on your own?
No, I don't mind standing there on my own. And I love working with Sly and Robbie, who are on this album. They're like the best bass and drums in the world.
It must be quite liberating, actually, to do your own stuff.
It's brilliant because I'm in control, you know.
It's your decision.
With UB40, you've got 8 people who... There's no one leader, you know, so there's 8 people compromising, basically, and that's what you get when you get with UB40. It's the sound of 8 people compromising, you know. It works for UB40, yeah. But, you know, if you do something on your own, then you're in control.
You've got some massive names, sorry.
So it's all right,
Colin.
Topsy!
That's what I call her.
Off camera, Topsy.
Sorry, Topsy. The other names you've got Sly and Robbie, who are absolutely massive in the world of reggae,
I've got Smokey Robinson.
You've Smokey Robinson as well. I mean, that's just unbelievable. And you're hoping to get Gwen Stefani as well, aren't you?
Well, we're adding Stevie Wonder and Gwen Stefani for the North American release,
That's just
What, do you just pick the phone up and say, "Hey, I'm doing an album"?
Well, Stevie Wonder was the first one to agree to work with me, you know. I met him at an Ivor Novello's awards ceremony about 3 years ago, and I said, "Would you do something with me?" And he went, "Yeah." So when you've got him saying yes, then that gave me the bottle to phone everyone else, you know. So Stevie's doing it.
Obviously lost our number.
I mean, you're going to tour this album then, obviously?
No.
You're not going to tour it?
No. UB40 album's just been made as well, and we're touring that.
Right.
But you can't really tour an album like this because there's all the guests, and they've got their own careers and their own tours to do. So we're doing a one-off special at the Royal Albert Hall.
Right.
In April.
It's making me laugh, actually, because not like out loud or anything, but you've got a real Brummie accent and yet you sing reggae. Where does the influence come from that?
I grew up in Borsall Heath, which is like South Birmingham, and it was predominantly West Indian or Asian, you know. I love Asian music as well, but it was easier to get into the reggae, really.
When we're talking about touring, you've sort of said, been quite open, that sort of the success of UB40 and all the touring, being away, sort of pretty much contributed to the end of your first marriage. You've remarried, so how are you planning to make sure that doesn't happen again? If you've got to do tours
By not
and things?
touring as much, you know.
Right.
I mean, back in the day, we toured, you know, about touring. We've done, like, 2-year tours, you know.
No, we never did that. 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
I was shattered. I couldn't do more than 8 weeks.
Well, there you go. It's like, yeah, we toured a lot, you know, in the early days.
Can I just quickly say, I actually saw you live in concert in Russia.
Did you?
Me and my sisters, because we were touring Russia at the same time as you in '86, end of '86.
Yeah, before Glasnost and Perestroika and all that.
Hellish, wasn't it, that time?
It was awful,
It
yeah.
was awful.
Yeah. I'd rather have been locked up in a prison.
Yeah, I
than
would.
in,
I felt
you know.
like I was.
Yeah.
So he was your little ray of light,
It
was
was,
he, in Russia?
absolutely. It was so fantastic to see them, because it was just like, oh, yes, they're one of us.
The new single's already out, isn't it? Hold Me Tight already
Hold Me Tight's out
Album's
already.
out today.
Yeah.
Running free.
Yeah.
Best of luck with it. Thank you so much. Ali Campbell,
Thanks for having
everybody.
me.